Hallelujah. Hi. Some of you are like, who is this? The you I so like the one two videos it's like I was like letting my hair down and trying to be cute. They're like, who it's me. It is me as I. Small town Diddy or hiding these every internet. It's like a stricha, I'm back. Okay? Feareth not. Listen, we're back to those qualities, so I need to explain myself because the other one is hard. It's not hard, guys. Yo, guys, content creation is not for broke people. I didn't know that. I only got on told because I didn't have money. But anyway, let's talk about Sia and Rachel. What about Sia and Rachel exactly? What about them? Like Batala, no, like honestly, and people have called me. Like one of my mates, literally, I think I last spoke to him probably a month ago, calls me because he wants to know my thoughts on Sia. I'm like, I don't give a shit about these two. Like, I'm like, and neither do you. We only care about Sia when it's time to like play some rugby. Like, and even then it's like, you know, type of thing. But it's like I'm online, I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing everybody, oh my God, we as a country, we can't believe I don't believe in marriage anymore. The sanctity, the institute, the broke my heart. Your mommy and daddy aren't even married. What the fuck are you so heartbroken about? You're not married. The women in your family, the men in your family don't marry anybody. The women in your family are returned soldiers. This is like the thing that's going to make you not believe in the institution of marriage. This particular thing. I don't care about this particular story because like the salacious things aren't out yet. See, when we start to, and we might not, hey, they might keep a lid on it, but when the stuff starts to, and like when we start to see the information come through of like, okay, now they're fighting, oh, this is the reason, because this conscious uncoupling shit, I'm not buying all of that. I'm not. I'm seeing that people are also posting like little paragraphs, little extracts of his memoir where he was talking about like dealing with corn addiction. I believe that's like I've heard everybody else say it like that on this platform because it doesn't like the P word. But that, and he mentions temptations, and we all know what that means. Or we can figure out, try to piece together what that means and what have you. But it's like, yeah, sure, it could be that, but it could also just be that these people grew apart. They're not in the same, I don't know, whatever it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Bora. Like, I don't understand how people manage to get like videos out of this Sia and Rachel thing. We don't even have a strong enough parasocial bond with them to be like, oh my God, Sia and Rachel. Like, no, all we know is that like one time somebody dared to say Sia is yummy, and Rachel was like, you do not say that about my husband. We now realize why when we read about the temptations. We now realize why. But like, I really have nothing to say about them. It just goes to show that no amount of money can keep this thing going because, like, it's not forever. I know we say it's forever, but like, it's not. Like, I think that's the real thing. Because I've seen like when people have money in their marriage, they're very happy, or things that are otherwise bothersome aren't as bothersome. And also, we're just assuming there's money there because we know he's a high earner because of his career, right? We don't know how the monies are being managed. We're going to assume the monies are being managed properly, so there's monies there, so the issues aren't financial. We're going to assume. We don't know anything, allegedly. But like, whenever there's money, women heal a lot faster. They can buy your forgiveness and all of that stuff. And I don't blame you because we're all getting dribbled by like people who don't got shit. So I'd rather stay in a situation or in a marriage in this instance where there's money. But like, it also like brings this conversation for me where I was like, I have a friend who walked away from this marriage that everybody's still like, oh, you walked away from all of that. But you have to realize if a woman is willing to walk away from what we assume is security from the outside looking in, can you imagine how bad things were for a woman to give that up? Because that's the one thing we're not about to give up. But for a woman to be like, Ah, yeah, yeah, hulukile, it's enough. I can't stay here. One of two things: either they have that kind of like autonomy where they can still move like that, right? They either come from means or they have the means to be like, fuck it, I can do it on my own. Or the situation is so dire, it's like, it's not worth sticking here. And people literally still say to my maid, oh, you're not smart for having done that. Look at all of this. And I'm like, but why is your brain not processing that? Guess Anna, if she walked away from this, what was going on here? You know? But marriage is not forever. Let's get our heads out of the clouds with that. It's fine to walk away. I don't really, I'm not big on like staying together for the sake of it. I think the other thing is also sometimes we look for the infidelity thing, or because it's a thing, right? The finances, the infidelity, which is abuse to me, is a good reason for people to walk away. And a lot of the times, the reason people walk away, like continuous infidelity, that's why people walk away and stuff. Because look at what happened with George and the shoe. That to me is financial infidelity and it's abusive. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, but we stay. A lot of us stay. So maybe if we were to learn that they just grew apart and they're no longer in love, whatever, we tend to be dismissive of those kinds of reasons for why people simply can't stay together, like them being unhappy. And it's like the conservative argument of, well, the kids, just stay together for these kids. There's a video I've been meaning to do of I saved this TikTok where people are like celebrating and they're like, I asked my parents to get divorced. I kept begging my mom to leave this man. She was not leaving this man for nothing. Or my dad was like, he's like an okay guy, whatever. But as far as him being a partner, I don't know about all of that. But so this idea that staying for the kids is a no-brainer is rubbish. Sometimes also you're just like, the idea of starting over is so daunting. You use the kids because it's a good excuse. It's a good one to run to and say, oh, to keep our family together. We also don't know how long they tried to keep things going up until they got, because I really, really, really feel like nobody wakes up one day and they're just like, I'm doing this. I think people more often than not try to fight to keep these things going, because keeping a relationship of any kind going and having it healthy and stuff is a lot of work and concerted effort. Like, it's not happening on its own. So I don't think it's something they just were like in the morning, oh, Arakadia, like, oh, Arakadia, or whatever. But I want to know. I do. I do, you guys. I want to know why it's happening. And I'm nosy enough and I'm a gossip enough to admit that I'm hoping in the next little bit we hear a little murmur here, a little murmur there. I know some people are like, oh, they wonder what kind of girl he's gonna go for now. Because like black women and this like scarcity thing around like men being a precious resource and stuff. They want to see if he's going to go for a white girl again, or but I don't take black men who date outside seriously. I don't. I really, really don't take them seriously. I don't even want them back into the community. First of all, that's not it. A lot of you who are mad about like men who date out don't even have access to that like type of guy. And by type, I mean high earning like that. So I don't get it. But we see that's the issue, which is, I mean, they belong to by way of his profession. The Afrikaans, or rather rugby fraternity, which is an extension of like being an Afrikaner, if you would like, is very much still conservative and all of that. They try to push, it's adjacent to like American football. If you guys picked up on that, they try to push like little bit of a Christian agenda and praying like Rasi, the coach and stuff. He's like a very Christiany type of dude, and they try to make it a culture. They think it instills like discipline and stuff. So a lot of the people do marry, and sometimes I wonder if they marry the person who's there. And then when you're at the end of your career, you sit around and you look around and you're like, but is this person or did I marry this person because at the time they were going to be the most supportive of this career? That I need somebody at, like, you need somebody who's going to take care of the kids and understand the hectic hours, they're not being home, they're playing abroad, all of that stuff. Um, I've just realized why my videos lag. They do that when I'm talking to you guys and somebody keeps calling me. That's why the videos do that lag thing that I don't like. But anyway, they have all of that stuff baked in and built into that sporting fraternity. To be quite exact, the soccer boys are allowed to just be dogs. It's fine. The people who are in charge of them are also dogs. So yeah, but aside with that, I really have nothing really important or profound to say about Sia and this one, except that divorce is okay. Stop like staying a little too long because, like, what are the people gonna say and what have you. Here we have people of means, again from the outside looking in, calling it quits, and it is what it is. Bye, Yella.